Hi, today I'm just going to go for a run and test out some new shoes. This is a Merrell Agility Peak 5. Merrell might not be the first brand you think of when it comes to trail running, but certainly this shoe is getting some amazing reviews. Let's say curiosity's got the better of me, so I thought I'd definitely get a pair to try out. It's not a fast, nimble, quick shoe. For that I would wear the Merrell Skyfire. That's superb. Really feel the ground with that one. It's really flexible and molds the shape of the ground. Got a good grip on it, very porous, very light. So that would be more of a competitive shoe. This would be more of like an everyday trainer, or if you're going to do an ultra long race where performance isn't so important but comfort is. One of the things that the shoe has as well is that it's got quite a pronounced rocker on the forefoot, so you really roll off the toe. It's well cushioned, decent stack height. Looks like it's got quite a big drop as well. I need to check out what the drop is. It's going to feel different to the Ultras I've been wearing, which are a zero drop, but still well cushioned. It's certainly got a better grip than the Ultras I've been wearing. So as you can see here, it's got a much more aggressive sole there. You can see the depth of the lugs. Now, because I have been wearing Ultra as well, the sizing's a little bit different. So I wear a true to size in Ultra, but it's wider in the toe box. Now in the past I've always gone up half a size in Merrell. However, because I've been wearing the Ultras with a wider toe box, I felt as though I was cutting in a little bit, so I went half a size bigger again, so that's a whole size bigger in this shoe, and that feels just about right. So we'll see how it fits on the run. The fabric is nice and thin, nice and light. Some of the things I really like is the tongue. I don't know if you can just see that. It's made of very porous, very thin, not overly padded tongue. It's also it's like got a gusset in here, so it doesn't move around, it doesn't wobble, so it won't slide inside the shoe. I'm a bit of a lace geek, so I like nice thin laces, especially flat laces. It just feels with a look better. So that ticks a box as well. I don't think I mentioned it, but it's very obvious. The rubber on the sole is Vibram, so obviously good hardware and good grip, very reliable as well. So today's run, I'm thinking about doing about 10 miles. I'll probably do a little bit of railway lines, a little bit forest, the road section as well. So pretty much covering everything this shoe should be able to cope with. And see how we get on.
Still I remember when I was told stories of evenings and days of old. Nothing to hide and nothing to lose. Down to the hall in their dancing shoes, where a boy with nothing but hope to declare saw a girl who was tying a bow in her hair. Here's to all the olden heroes, everyone who's gone before. Here's to all your hopes and dreams and everything worth fighting for. Hitting the earth on the day we're born, we come from dust and to dust return. All of our moments while we are here will last for a lifetime, then disappear. And she smiled as she heard the accordion play, and they laughed as they waltzed the evening away. Here's to all the olden heroes, everyone who's gone before. Here's to
Now a couple of hours since my run. I've managed to clean the shoes, so they look like brand new again. I'm also clean, dry and warm myself as well. That was a really grim run. It was cold, it was wet, it was muddy. I probably wouldn't have worn this type of shoe for that sort of mud, but when you're testing your shoe out, it's always nice to try it in the extremes. So that really was extremely muddy. Some of the ground underfoot as well, there'd been cattle in those fields, so everything was chewed up, and with added water and the rain, it was just really muddy and sloppy. It was just really wet. So in all that mud, this tread here, which I've since found out is 5mm, was great. It was really good. The nice thing about it as well is it didn't clog up. Often you find with trail shoes, if the tread's too close together and there isn't good spacing, then the mud just sits in there. And that wasn't the case with these. It was just really nice and clean all the time. I ran on a few sort of cambers, which could have been tricky in a trail shoe, but as it happened, it gripped really well on those awkward cambers. The shoe is a fairly high stack, but again, I didn't feel like it was falling off the shoe, even though the shoe isn't the most flexible. Again, there was no problem on that uneven ground. Normally, when I run in that sort of terrain where it's twisty and turny and cambers and single track, this is the sort of thing I'd go for, especially in the mud. So it's light and flexible. We can see the difference between the two shoes. This one bends and flexes and it molds the ground. This one here is a bit stiffer. So I'd wear this one for longer sort of trails where I don't want my feet getting fatigued from all the movement. I'd wear this one for shorter, faster races. You can see the difference in the stack height as well. So this is very much a stripped back sort of racing shoe. This is more of your endurance, ultra, comfort sort of shoe. But having said that, it did cope really well today. I was really surprised at how well it did in that tough undulations. I have found out as well the drop between the heel and the forefoot is 6mm, which is great. You know, it's really that sort of sweet spot. You know, it's not overly stacked, it's not too low. It's just a nice sort of drop. But what I did find as well was that because I'm used to wearing the Ultras recently, which is a 0 drop, having that extra 6mm and then the rocker in the forefoot really felt as though, even on the flat, I felt like I was running downhill. You know, having that lift and then the roll of the toe was just really whipping off and really feeling really smooth. So yeah, it was a great shoe. I mean, today was, like I said before, a real extreme test in those wet and muddy, sloppy conditions, and it coped really well. I'll try and show you on camera, but I'm not sure it'll show. Can you see that around the heel here on this foam? You see all the little holes, and also that's probably a better angle. The holes on the tongue as well. It just meant when I was running through all that water, it wasn't acting like a sponge. It wasn't holding the water. It was just releasing it all, so it didn't get overly heavy in all that wet weather. So that was the first run in this shoe, the Agility Peak 5. Really pleased with it. Caught really well, and I'll be looking forward to wearing it more in the future.